The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hello and welcome to my studio, a program that explores the artistic soul by sharing the creative process, vision, determination, and personal desire to create art. I'm your host, Ginny Barrett. In this episode, we visit with art on glass creator Amalia Flaisher of Nashua, New Hampshire. As most artists develop their skills and technique, the business of making a living seems to interfere with being creative and producing more work. Amalia has managed to develop a business and livelihood from her art without sacrificing creativity and imagination. Her hand-painted tableware and decorative items have humble beginnings as wine and soda bottles, recycled and given a new purpose. Amalia's journey as an artist is greatly influenced by her experiences and heritage growing up on the shores of Israel, where sand and water meet.
Hi, I'm Amalia Flaisher, and this is my Art on Glass studio.
Thank you for letting us come and visit with you, Amalia.
Hi.
Hi. We are in a working studio, an artist who makes a living from creating art. She satisfies her creativity. She is very imaginative and recycles product. We are in a great downtown mill building that's been your studio for how long, Amalia?
3.5 years already.
3.5 years. So you moved out of your basement.
Right.
And continually have grown in your own business.
Right.
You've been telling me that you've learned a lot along the way and just wanting to start creating things. I know you've done some jewelry and now you're working on painting art on glass. Can you tell us something about how you got started and what inspired you to start painting on glass?
I started with a stained glass artist, and this is where the glass part started. The painting started when I wanted to explore more than just color glass that it's available out there. So I wanted to put my creativity and my art into it, and this is how I started to paint.
Oh, most of your items that you have now are very functional pieces.
Right.
And they are used in the home. Was that a particular business decision that you made to go with that instead of something just hanging in a window like a stained glass piece?
Yes, my decision was to do functional pieces and not just display or wall art. Uh-huh. I want to incorporate art into your daily life, because our daily life are hectic. You're running around, you're jumping, you have kids, you have all those things, and when you come home, why not to be beautiful and have a dinner with really cool art, and not just to have it and enjoy it on the wall, also to use it.
Right. So many of your pieces, you recycle glass bottles. Mm-hmm. You have wine bottles. I've seen in your inventory here even liquor bottles, soda bottles. Where do you get that material?
We work with some winery in the area, and their waste of regular bottle, we go there, jump in their dump. Oh no. And start to dig them out, and this is how we reuse them. For them it's good that we help them in how you say, constrain
conservation,
and I use them to make art.
Excellent. Do you look for particular different shape bottles or like the same consistent shape?
Two ways. For one of a kind, we look for funky, different. For customers that need consistent, because we work with galleries and shops and museums, they look more in a consistent. They can sell one of a kind only. So if a customer come and want another one, we need to give them that.
One of the things we talked about earlier was the different kinds of glass, and when you fuse them together, like you'll take, Amalia will take the top of a wine bottle and the bottom of a soda bottle and fuse those together to make a goblet of a sort. So how do you choose the glass? You said there's some difference in the glass. How do you know what it is without it breaking? Do you break a lot of glass?
It's hard to tell in the recycle world.
Right.
It's try and error. You go by the same colors, or if you work with wineries, they usually buy from the same seller. So it's kind of make it consistent that they buy from the same one, the same factory. So we hope that they'll the same.
Yes, yeah.
But there are errors and things get in the kiln and come broken because they weren't compatible. But this is for the recycle. For the regular glass, you just buy the right, the same
these
glass.
particular shapes. You'd purchase these and then you put your own unique colors on them.
Right. But if you buy glass, raw material glass to create something like the bowls we do.
Right.
So you buy from a manufacturer that you know the CEO. CEO is the how the glass manufacturer is. So you know you use that CEO with that CEO, they'll be compatible.
Oh, okay.
So when I do things like that, I know what to choose.
Now, how do you know, you look at a bottle, and how do you deconstruct it so you have some different ideas? I'm going to cut it this way, I'm going to make toothpick holders, shot glass, a goblet, I'm going to make wind chimes. How do you just sit and get those ideas?
I believe it's based on a gift that you have.
You think it's an artistic sense?
Yes. I call it my glasses. I put my artistic glasses and start to see the things create themselves.
Wow. Wow, that's really cool.
That's how it starts.
Very cool. The kind of painting that you do is very, very unique. How did you come up with this particular method and design? I can see this is a work in process.
Yes, and this is just
another wine bottle.
Yeah.
And the top's cut off, so this will become a vase.
A vase, yeah.
Very nice.
Different
colors. How do you, and this is paint designed especially for glass. This is not acrylic paint. Right. Don't try that at home.
Right.
And then you fuse it, you put these in a kiln to cure this particular kind of paint onto the glass.
Yes.
So that is it dishwasher safe?
It's dishwasher safe, and the wind chime can stay outside in any weather, snow, rain, summer, winter, they're perfectly fine.
Wow. So you get to enjoy them all year round.
Yes.
Very good. And you'll be doing some of your jewelry. This is part of your path, and that you're going to try to go back to your jewelry making. Can you tell us when you started back in your in Israel, where you're from, and that's where the name the sand and water came from?
Yes.
From being in the Mediterranean area?
Yes. I grew up in Israel, and my parents live by the sea. And when you open the window, you see a big blue sea. And this was everyday things that I looked and I saw through the window, the ocean, the sand. I went to the beach, it's 5 minutes walk.
Wow.
So all my growing up was just that. And the colors are amazing, the warmth, and I brought them in my work and in my studio name, in my business name. And I have even a collection called Ocean Breeze.
To remind you of home.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is where the name and everything came up. Also, the sand and water creates glass.
Perfect.
So it's all tied in.
So it's all tied together.
Yeah.
Well, it's inspirational. Very good. And back in Israel, you were telling me how you did some aerial photography, and you mentioned that on your website in your artist biography, and that gave you the technology. Oh, talk about the technology, because it's not like the satellite imagery that we see today. Airplanes taking photos.
Back in the time that we didn't have GPS yet, and all those, or there were GPS, but not available to the everyday, right? To create maps, but maps that were kind of 3D and picture maps. A plane go up, take pictures. On the ground, there are markers that measure the height of the ground, and we in the lab were taking those pictures and combine them and cut them and put like layers of the pictures all together, create like a
mural,
yes,
of sorts.
Yes.
And then you'd take your X-Acto knife,
this little
X-Acto knife, and then cut it so that they would match together perfectly.
And then you actually can measure life on this picture, because the height and everything, it's elevated by those numbers that we.
So this is where your attention to detail came in, so that you can do this minute work, and then you worked on jewelry.
Yes.
And that, again, minute pieces of work that you're doing with that.
Yeah.
You moved from doing the jewelry, silversmithing, into the glass when you came to the United States?
In the United States, I was working as a graphic designer for a few years, for 10 years actually. And the company closed. This was my hobby in the background. And when the company closed, I said, hobby going to a business.
Oh, very good.
And
you know, so many artists don't get to make a business out of being creative. And that you've not only created a business to support your own family, but you have people that work for you too.
Yes.
That come in part-time and do some of the work and help you out.
Yes.
So not only, you know, I think that's great that you're a small business owner doing something artistic.
And something that I really, really like.
And your people love what they're doing.
Right.
It's fun.
It's not work. When I wake up in the morning, I go to have fun. When I come back from fun, I go home. It's always fun. It's not work. Work, it's like you're going and you need to do something, and people come back home and they complain how work was it, and boss and everything. I'm my own boss. I love what I do, so I don't have problems. I'm happy. I do have problems, but not work problem.
And we talked about the learning along that path, that, okay, I have a hobby, I'm going to try to make it work. Now you need to know shipping and receiving, you need to know how to start a business.
Right.
How to do packaging, how to market your business. Your husband at this time is at a trade show.
Yes.
You know, you have to do some work. It can't all be, I'm sorry, but it can't all be fun. That part can't be fun.
It's not fun, that part. I don't like numbers. I'm not great in, I have to do it. I used my tools to figure those things. It's part of that you have to deal with. But I learned, and before I start my business, I did research about half a year when I put myself into a room that we'll call business or something like that. Research, learn. I didn't go for college for business or anything, so I didn't have a business background.
Right.
But what I did is I went online and I used friends and everybody that was a source for me that I could ask questions, learn tutorials. From my own, like where I worked, I was looking what they doing, how they packing, how they selling, how they talking with customers, how they close a deal. All those was kind of keys for me to to learn those things. And when I took that leap, I had already a good background, solid background where I need to start. And that's it.
Well, we've talked about one of your people that work for you, having been an art student, graduate of Manchester Institute of Art, but when they're graduating, they don't know how to make their art a business.
Right.
You know, that's something that's not taught, and thank goodness for the internet.
Right.
Because you can Google most anything.
Yes, today it's great.
Today, and start your business.
Yeah.
And today, working with you and learning from you, your gal here is starting her own small business.
Yeah.
And you're starting a little bird to fly away.
Yes.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's really great. So we have a piece of your work here, the tableware. And if we could, we'd love to see some of your other work.
Of course. Come with me. And this is one of my pieces. This is a wind chime, created from the wine bottle that we talked before.
And you're starting the summer collection.
Yes.
We have the chairs. We have some beautiful sunsets, seashells, boats, everything summery that you could use for your summer cottage. So decorative pieces, and you say these can stay out all year round?
Yes, they are weather resistant in any weather. Here in New Hampshire, we know
weather.
A lot of weather.
And some of your beautiful bowls. This is red velvet?
Yes, this is my red velvet. This is the big one.
And different sizes.
And different sizes, as you see over there.
A medium size one. And they're just beautiful. You see the light through them.
Yeah. They are like a stained glass window.
Going back to that, yeah.
And the texture also, it's like, can you feel it?
It's not going to slip out of your hands when you pick it up.
And I like it. It's a red velvet.
Is this dishwasher safe?
It is.
Oh, excellent.
Beautiful to display, great to use, functional, a piece of art.
Indeed, and it would be great with those serving spoons that you have too.
Yes.
I love those. You have different methods. What is this called?
This is the Ocean Breeze collection. And can you see the yellows of the sand, the blue of the ocean,
and the water,
and some white for the form of the water that creates. And this is why I call it Ocean Breeze.
And what do we have here? This blue?
This is the royal.
Oh, I can see why. It has almost a silver shimmery color in there.
Has silver in it. And purple's like a royal gown.
Yes. When you're painting on glass, Amalia, how do you think? Do you have to think backwards?
Yes.
So like this purple, do you put that on first and then another different color layer?
Yes.
How do you think backwards like that?
There's a technique that's called reverse painting. And what the first layer is supposed to be, it's the last layer if you work in the regular painting.
So thinking,
you just train your brain to go reverse. Exactly.
Wow. Very excellent. Some of these have design on them.
My tree of life, it's one of my symbols. Sorry. That I use. You'll see it almost in all my work. and it's this is the garden collection with the grass and flowers. This I get a lot of comments that it's like a Monet pictures.
I was going to say the same thing. This looks very impressionist.
Yes.
Are you influenced by Monet and Renoir also?
Yeah. I'm painting in a impressionist style. I like that style a lot, and my work is very inspired by the impressionists.
You can definitely see flowers here.
This is The Secret Garden.
The Secret Garden.
Yeah, by the book.
Yes, one of the first adult books I read as a child.
Yeah, so this is the inspiration for that. Everything that I do, it's come from a book that I read, a movie, a scenery, a place that I went and saw. You know, it's the inspiration of the art that coming, and it just.
So an artist really doesn't take any time off.
No.
You're always thinking, you're always looking at things with a unique perspective.
Yes.
And getting an idea.
Yeah.
You get a lot of ideas from the trade shows and your customers as well?
Yes. Customers, I like that because they challenge me to grow. They come with requests that I never thought about maybe or tried, and I like that. So please continue to challenge me, and because it's create growth.
How many trade shows do you do in a year? And how far do you wander from home for your trade shows?
Right now, as we still have kids at home, although she's a grown-up one now, almost going to college.
Gosh.
So far the farthest went with Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, and that was just recently.
Yes.
Yes. Very
this is for the retail shows that we do. We do also wholesale shows. The farthest one we went to Chicago.
That's quite a way to travel.
Yeah, in a storm, in a blizzard.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, that's part of being in business.
Yes,
you know, you have to get there and show your work to the public. So you sell retail, you sell online. Mm-hmm. So if somebody did like what they see here and wanted a complete table array,
oh yes,
how would they get in touch with you? What's your website? www.sand-and-water.com. It's sand-and-water.com. Very good. We saw a lot of beautiful pieces, and you had it set up so that it would be the decorative pieces and your wall art. Mm-hmm. Very poetic on your wall art, and very much part of your personal heritage is what you create on your wall art.
Yes.
Dreidels from different pieces of bottles, and the wall hanging, the welcome in the piece, and shalom.
Yes.
On your pieces there. Do you sell a lot of those to gift shops and boutiques?
Yes. We sell to gift shops, galleries, museums, shops. Wow. We're expanding our wholesale customers every year. We do big shows like the Philadelphia Gift Show, the Acre Show, it's only handmade, the Rosen Group show, that it's handmade in America show. So we do those shows, and those kind of customers come to shop there, and they find us. And
wow. Well, we're in the month of March. What month are you now preparing for, making inventory and starting to think ahead to what season?
Our last day of the season, it's in December 24. Then we slow down, we get some rest, and then we start production and thinking and developing and creating new designs. January, February, up to March. But shows start in New England later on, the retail shows, the craft shows. They do have in March now in indoor some shows, so we do those. But it's still a slower time for us. We do the wholesale shows in January, February, and we have those customers waiting to fulfill their orders. So we're still busy, but I have some time for creativity, and this is when my brain goes exploding. Because I don't have a lot of time during the year to get those ideas out. And this is my time where I put the ideas on the table.
Okay, and you get that from feedback, from your own inspiration in your world.
Yes.
Now, how are you going to ever find time to start creating your jewelry again and bring your jewelry line back on?
Well, a surprise. I found the time finally.
Good.
It creates itself over time and kind of come on in my inside, and inner Amalia. I was talking with Amalia. Come on, let's do it. And finally, when I start to play with the glass beads that I create from the bottles, the whole thing start to kind of evolve and say, oh, okay, I'm ready.
So your retail customers and your gallery, it's a ready-made customer base to start reaching out and introducing a whole new line for you.
Yes.
Well, that's very business savvy.
Yes.
Thank you. You didn't learn that in school.
Yeah, as a business, you always need to invent yourself from again. You can't stay the same. If you stay the same, they get bored. People see already, have it already. Although it's beautiful, but they need something new. They need something different. So evolving all the time.
And
you
that's
can't
why
stay behind.
Handmade things, artistic items, one of a kind. Even if you're making a whole set of dishes, they're still totally unique. Each piece is unique, and it just make a beautiful table.
Thank you. Yes. I show you here.
Oh, this is a new one too, new design.
It's not as new, but because we are in springtime, I think I'll bring it up. It's my garden collection that I want to show you because spring is almost here. Hopefully, yesterday was snowing, and has that spring colors, flowers, grass. It's a beautiful. This is a lime collection. You have the purple here with the lilac flowers.
That is really cool. I love that.
And look how beautiful that together, just like that on a table with some fruits or just a piece of art on the table to showcase your beautiful table that you have at home.
Very good. We talked about your dreidels and some of your work.
I have here in the Ocean Breeze.
The bottom of a wine bottle.
Yes, it is.
The neck of another bottle, and your glass beads, and some of your intricate little jewelry work.
Yeah. And it's been very well too.
Wow. Oh, I don't dare. But it would rotate. And we have symbols on here that I don't think most people would know how to interpret. What would they mean?
Those are the letters. I forgot the word. A miracle happened, and because we are outside of Israel, it's called the miracle happened there.
Okay.
But this is the letter in Hebrew. Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham. Big miracle happened there. And if you are familiar with the Hanukkah miracle, that the temple got destroyed, they looked for oil, they didn't have, they have found a small bottle of oil that hold for 8 days.
8 days?
By the time they were able to come back with more oil. So this is the miracle.
And that is also what the menorah stands for, the 8 days of light?
More or less.
Okay, please.
Yes, it's It's a long story that in the temple you had a menorah. Actually, this is called Chanukiah.
Chanukiah.
It's we celebrate for every day you're lighting a candle for those miracles that happen in that time.
Oh, what a great story. And I don't think a lot of people really are familiar with that.
Right.
As they could be. And there's your tree of life again.
Yes, yes.
Very good. And this is your
ocean breeze
collection. And it looks so beautiful on that flat piece of glass there. Very nice. There's a standard size for candles too? That
yes,
people could get them?
Special candles for Hanukkah.
Wow, very good. Very nice. I see we're making a few things here.
Yeah, those are sliced of the bottles that will create those beautiful hanging pieces with the grow and dream.
So these would be fully painted
yes.
in your unique style.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would put an inspirational word on yes. them and then kind of decorate with a little more flowers.
Yeah.
And then they hang up. We'll take a look at what they look like too.
Yeah.
Would you like to show us those?
Sure. And they make also very nice ornaments for the tree.
For the tree. You're always thinking. Very creative.
Let me show you what it's about.
Okay.
Come with me. And as I told you, here they are. You start with a dream, and then you create it, and you manifest it, and you make beautiful recycled piece of art with meaningful, inspirational word for hope and joy and grow and friendship, everything. You need to believe that you can, and you can.
There you go. What great inspiration from the bottom of a bottle.
Yes.
Wow, very interesting. You have a lot of other creative pieces where you take a slice out of the bottle. We talked about some of your wall art too. And little candle holders.
Yeah. Hanging. You can see here, this is my heart for you.
Oh.
We had the Valentine Day.
Yes.
So this is a perfect Valentine gift. It's beautiful just to hang it by a window and it'll be a colorful piece.
And you painted this too, or is this part of the color of the bottle?
No, we tinted the bottles and everything, the bead, all the wire work. It's something that we do here. So
that it brings us back to your jewelry making.
Yes, and always it was in my work, but now I taking it to the next real level of commitment to the jewelry work.
Wow. Again, inspirational messages on your small things. And this was a very creative and fun little piece. You must have had fun making this guy.
Yes.
It's a little elephant, and he is a piggy bank or an elephant bank.
Yeah.
With this part of the wine bottle here, and his snout. Did you try it? Can you shake the money out from the bottom?
Over here you have a slot.
A slot for going in?
And
does it come out here?
It's come the small amount. My next phase will be to make a hole here.
Oh, okay.
And you'll be able to
get your money.
Yeah. Right now you need to break it.
Oh no!
Break the bank.
Break the bank. Could you tell us about this piece right here behind you?
Sure. This is kind of one of a kind of my pieces. Has a 3D effect to it by raising the glass over another glass to create layers. And the tree, it's one layer painted with the mountain and the sky, and the birds are elevated on another layer of glass. So it's create that 3D effect of it.
And these are all New Hampshire birds.
New Hampshire
birds.
We
find here. Bluebirds, chickadees, and cardinals.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Spring is here, so this is a perfect gift for you.
Oh, wow.
And we also part of the Made in New Hampshire.
The Made in New Hampshire
Buy
Council.
local, yeah.
I see you accept Visa and MasterCard.
Yes,
do you do commission work? Do people call you and they ask for a particular item, whether it's your retail people or through an individual that's seen your work at a show and wants to come back and order another piece?
Yes, we do custom pieces. It's one of our forte, I'll call it.
Forte, excellent.
We love to, because it's one of those challenges pieces that we need to deal with, and I like challenge. It's hard as a business usually to take commission, or because it's taking you from production.
Okay.
But it's something that we do and love to do. So I want to highlight that we do that.
So it's a special gift. It's something totally unique and customized.
Yes, yes.
So would they email you? What would be your email address if they wanted to contact you directly for such a piece?
We have 2 emails for that. It will be amalia@sandandwater.com or studio@sandandwater.com.
Okay, so Amalia, Amalia.
Yes.
At sand dash
yes
and dash water.com. Or studio.
Right.
In place of your name.
Yes.
With the same.
The studio one go also to my assistant Christina, that if I'm not here or I'm not available, she can address and help and
oh, very good.
So always we are available to answer question and get requests.
So when someone calls, I think we talked about this earlier, I thought this was very funny, that people see your wind chimes on your website, but they want to hear it. So they'll call you and you'll ring the wind chime.
Yeah.
So Christina has that instruction also.
Yes.
Ring the wind chime so that the people can hear it.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, very good. Now, how did you develop that? Because some wind chimes can be annoying, but the sound you got is very soft and subtle.
Took me quite a while to figure what kind of material I use to create that sound against the glass. And I tried wood, and I tried different type of metals, different glass. Each one create different sounds, depend on the heaviest, the gauges, different materials. I finally decided this is the best sound for me. And
all right.
Took a long time.
I'm going to give it a little ring. And then there's not so much of it exposed that the wind is going to make it annoying or to your neighbor. I have a little porch and I don't want to annoy my neighbors, so. But that's a very delicate sound, and that's took some time to achieve.
Yep.
And then you hand make these pieces that go inside the bottle as well.
Yes, it's a piece of metal that we hand cut each piece. We drill it, we hammer it, we tinted them with different colors, spray colors.
This one being a goldish color.
And they can stay outside. They survive the weather nicely. And
very nice. Very good. That's difficult. So it's right here by the phone. If anybody wants to know what it sounds like, there you go.
Or you come in.
Or you come in and call.
Or come to the studio. If you're local, please do. We located at 55 Lake Street in Nashua, New Hampshire. We are on the 2nd floor, and if you have trouble to find us because it's a big maze.
It is a big maze.
Our phone number is 603-424-2157. 603-424-2157.
Very good. Amalia, I've had a great day here today, and thank you for showing us all your work, the imagination that goes into making each piece, your creativity. You're making a business out of it. You're creating your own livelihood and that of other people, and you're giving back into the community. I really want to thank you for letting us come in here.
Thank you.
It's been a delight talking to you.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm Ginny Barrett. Thank you for watching my studio.
Provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.